Hello, everybody. It is I, the Wombat, once again coming into your phones and mobile devices and laptops and desktops and maybe even a couple Commodore 64s. And if you know what that is, you are really old. Or you collect old antique computers. Choice can be yours. I'll let you decide what you wish to identify as. Been seeing some kind of crazy things in the news lately. Sometimes things get kind of swept under the rug. One of the things I saw lately was kind of just, I was going, well, why? What are they trying to do now? Everybody seems to be, every time I turn on the TV and turn on the computer and stuff, everybody's going on and on about opioids and different things and stuff. And I know lots of people take opioid-based medication for aches and pains, and that doesn't even really begin to do more than just barely touch it, take the edge of it off. And the people who are legitimately have a reason to take them are being criminalized and victimized and everything else, because they always talk about famous people who've died, and it is sad, a lot of people have died recently from this, but what they fail to mention is all the other drugs that are in the system, and or whatever alcohol is in the system, and whatever other medical problems they might have had leading up to their death. Sometimes a person will just drive their car as fast as they can, slam it into a brick wall, intentionally trying to take themselves out. But if there is a trace of anything in their system, and especially any prescription opioids, they will come after the opioid company and say that they were responsible for the accident. Not that the individual chose to take their life, but because of this. Guy gets shot, has opioids in the system, he dies, his death is because of opiates. That's about how bad we're getting. Now, yesterday I've been seeing it like since off and on last week, but saw a bunch of stuff yesterday where they're now trying to regulate Imodium. More technical term is loperamide. You might pronounce it lopramide. Basically, it's the little pills that you take when your tummy's giving you problems, as in diarrhea. And people go, no, you're joking. Look it up online. They are claiming that those little pills contain minute trace chemicals that are similar to opiates, and if you take enough of them you can get high, and I think the amount was like 400 or 600 of the little capsules. So they're trying to make plans to change the classification of Imodium and all these other things that they think they need to do, just like they did a few years ago. People were fat, so they told them, rather than address healthy eating and different things and stuff, we're going to reduce the amount of sugar that we're allowing you to have. There's a thing about you can only buy so many sodas or certain heights and stuff in some places and stuff. It's not where I'm at, so I don't have all the information about it. But yeah, part of the opioid crisis is loperamide. And if you've ever been in either a stressful situation and or traveled to somewhere, ate something that didn't agree with your stomach, I guess now the plan is you just ride it out and you hope for the best, and you hope you don't have an incident that happens, because taking Imodium now has become a crime. And the article actually had a picture of a syringe with like a real mysterious looking background. And there's a syringe, like saying that, and oh yeah, little baggies of powder, which I'm assuming was probably supposed to be heroin, but was probably more like lime or field chalk or something, But anyways, it just seems like their government is here for our benefit by preventing us from getting things. I mean, they've already cracked down on people buying cold medicine. One year, all of us were really bad with head colds. I mean, really, real bad. and went to get two packages of over-the-counter cold medicine. Got my ID out. They said, no, you can only buy one. I go, since when? Oh, well, they changed it recently. So I could only buy one packet of medication for the whole family. And I said, can I just go somewhere else and get it? Nope. Because you're in the system. They scanned it. So I had to wait till the following day. I guess it was like you can't buy more than 10 or 12 pills in a 24-hour period or some nonsense. Anyways, you know, it is tragic that people die. People die from other things. But every time somebody dies and there's opioids in their system, that is what killed them. You don't hear about alcoholism. You don't hear about anything else. You hear about those things. And if the guy had a bad stomach and he took some Imodium, they might find trace amounts of opium and tell the family, you know what, your loved one was on opiates and this is why they died. And it's like, opiates, no. The only thing they ever took was like Tylenol and Imodium for their stomach. Oh, Imodium, it's terrible. It's of the devil. I don't know. I'm venting, you know. Mrs. Wombat takes a lot of things for her pain, and her stomach is messed up because of those things, and she does take the Imodium to try to help counteract those things. But, you know, let's just take away everything, right? Is everybody just going to get bite sticks? Is that what's next? So you know what you do? You just grow your own tree, go out there, chop off a branch, and then bite. If you have any pain, don't take anything. Just put that stick in your mouth and chew on it all day. Because that's what it's coming to. There's a handful of people who have legitimate problems, and then you have other people who are just using anything they can get their hands on to get a high. Usually, you know, usually the younger kids and stuff. And I'm not trying to sound like an old person, but that's usually who it is. You know, we know. You know, the same kids who chug cough syrup because it gives them a little bit of a buzz. Oh, I shouldn't have had those 5 bottles of NyQuil. You're like you're not puking up those 5 bottles of NyQuil. Enough ranting. I'm usually in a better mood, but I just wanted to share that with you. One of the wonderful things that our government is doing. Have a great day. Sorry. Not sorry.